In today's class, we are going to discuss about conversion of NFA with epsilon to NFA without epsilon. They are given a question. Please note the point that regarding epsilon transaction, it will be available only for NFA and not for DFA. The meaning is if you find epsilon transition in a question, it will obviously be NFA. Can't be DFA. Okay, now we are going to convert this NFA with epsilon to NFA without epsilon. After getting the answer, you will find that these epsilons are removed. Okay, first step regarding the conversion is we need to find epsilon closure of the given states. That is, there are three states here, 0, 1 and 2. We need to find epsilon closure for all these three states. That is the first step. Regarding epsilon closure, we need to find step by step. That is, regarding epsilon closure of 0, since we are finding epsilon closure for the state 0, we need to include state by default, and for finding epsilon closure of 1, we need to add 1 by default. Meaning is whenever you find epsilon closure for a given state, for any state, that state will be answered in the first that will be the answer initially. After that, regarding 0, by using epsilon we are going to 1, so 1 is added here. From 1 there is another transaction, it is moving to 2, right? So 2 is added here. So the answer for epsilon closure of 0 is 0, 1, 2. Similarly for 1, since 1 is there, we need to write 1. From 1 there is epsilon transaction from 1 to 2, so the answer will be 1, 2. We need to convert the outward transactions only, not inward. Okay, now regarding epsilon closure of 2, we need to add 2 by default, and after that from 2 there is no outward transaction of epsilon, right? So it is simply 2. This is first step. Okay, now second step is we need to remove epsilon. So what we are going to do is we are going to use this formula, that is del cap of q comma a is equal to epsilon closure of del cap of q comma epsilon comma a. The meaning for this line is, I will explain. Okay, there are three states, so we need to find for all possible inputs we need to find the answer. So first state is 0, so the answer for this, instead of q we need to have it as 0. In first input is a, right? So 0 comma a we need to find. So the answer for this is epsilon closure of del cap of 0 comma a, right? That is 0 comma epsilon comma a, right? So meaning of del cap of 0 comma epsilon is, the answer for this will be epsilon closure of 0. That is the answer. Okay, if we find for 1 comma a means epsilon closure of 1 will be the answer. This means epsilon closure of the given state. Okay, now for state 0 we need to find for inputs a, b and c. First you will be finding for a. Instead of this, the answer for this is epsilon closure of 0. What is the epsilon closure of 0? 0, 1, 2, right? So that is mentioned here. After that we need to divide all these things. That is, we have separated and we have inserted union. Okay, so in the given diagram, del of 0 comma a is there any transaction from 0 to, is there any transaction from 0 using input a? Yes, it goes to 0, right? So it will be answer is 0. 1 comma a is, there is no transaction, we can simply give it as null. And regarding 2 comma a, there is no transaction, right? So we can simply add as null here. So 0 union null, answer is epsilon closure of 0. So the answer for epsilon closure of 0 is 0, 1, 2. Likewise we need to find for 0 comma b and 0 comma c. Regarding 0 comma b, the answer for this is 0 comma 1 comma 2. 0 comma b, there is nothing, right? So null union. 1 comma b, it goes to 1 union. 2 comma b, there is nothing, so epsilon closure of 1, the answer will be 1 comma 2 here. Okay, regarding next one, 0 comma c, the answer for this is again 0 comma 1 comma 2. 0 comma c, there is no transaction. 1 comma c, there is no transaction. 2 comma c, it goes to again 2. So the answer for this one will be epsilon closure of 2 is 2 only. Likewise you need to find. Okay, so the answer for this is simply 2. Likewise you need to find for state 1 also. 1 comma a means epsilon closure of 1 is simply 1 comma 2. So we need to find the answer for 1 comma a. 1 comma a, there is nothing. 2 comma a, there is nothing. So the answer for this will be null. What about 2 comma a? Sorry, 1 comma b. 1 comma, for this one the answer is 1 comma 2. 1 comma b, there is answer, right? So that is equal to 1. Epsilon closure of 1 is again 1 comma 2. That is the answer. Next you need to find for 1 comma c. This answer is 1 comma 2. 2 comma c, there is transaction. So epsilon closure of 2 is simply 2. The answer for this will be 2. Next is we need to find for 2 comma a. 2 comma a means epsilon closure of 2 is 2. 2 comma a, there is no transaction. So the answer for this will be closure. And regarding again this answer will be again epsilon closure of 2 is 2. So the answer will be again null. Next one is 2 comma c. 2 comma c means the answer is c. So epsilon closure of 2 is 2 again. So this is the answer. We have got the answers, right? We need to find the construct the transaction table. From 0 comma a, we got the answer as 0 comma 1 comma 2. From 0 comma b, 1 comma 2. Likewise you need to fill the answers that we have found out in this. Okay, after that, regarding this final state, what we are going to do is, initially in the given diagram 0 is the initial state, so we have mentioned as the initial state. Regarding final states, what we need to do is, while finding epsilon closure of 0 1 2 initially, the answer for 0 is 0 1 2, whereas the answer for 1 is 1 and 2, and the answer for 2 is 2, right? In the question, which is the final state? 2 is the final state, right? 2 is available all the 3 answers, right? So all these 3 will be final states. That's what we have mentioned as star here. Okay, while finding epsilon closure, we will be getting the answers. In that answer, if the final state if the final state is there in the question, we can simply do. Okay. Next one is based on the construction of a transition table, we can draw the diagram. 0 is initial state as well as final state. Next 1 is final state again. 2 is another final state, right? Now 0 to a goes to, initially it goes to 0, it also goes to 1, and it also goes to 2, right? So a. Now 0 comma b goes to 1 comma 2. Since we have already have a transaction, what I can do is simply I can put comma here, a comma b. Likewise I can do for this also, a comma b, right? Next 0 comma c goes to 2, right? So a comma b comma c. Likewise we can do 1 comma a, there is no transaction. 1 comma b goes to 1 and 2. So 1 comma b, 1 and 2. Likewise we can do. Next 1 comma c, it goes to 2. So b comma c, right? Next 2 comma a, there is no transaction. 2 comma b, there is no transaction. 2 comma c goes to self state. So I can do c here. This is the diagram. Here you can find NFA without epsilon, right? We have removed the epsilon. Wait, I will erase everything. Diagram can be in any representation. Okay, that's all regarding today's class. Thank you.